Hello, CNS Companies is back by popular demand with the April newsletter. Matt here again, Texas Matt for you Southerners. I hope everyone has been doing well this past month and thank you for the overwhelming support and requests for content. We're very appreciative. As a quick reminder, you can access every company from cns-companies.com if you want to learn more about each division. Also, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified when other newsletters, videos, or podcasts are added to our YouTube channel. Speaking of, as I mentioned last month, we're launching a podcast this summer, so stay tuned through this entire video because there are a couple of teaser promos for our potential podcast hosts sprinkled in. Also, there will be many more to come and we want you to vote on your favorite host. You can stay updated at podcast.cns-companies.com. A lot has happened this past month. A few things we will cover include the FMCSA's withdrawal from a certain CDL rule, why DOT fines have increased, 5 steps to follow to identify fleet issues, more health talk from our occupational medicine team, and the biggest question of all, how do you find your one true insurance love? All right, let's go! Just a quick reminder, there are links to the full articles in the description for everything we're discussing today. Okay, first off, let's jump into something everyone hates, government processes. Well, they did something right this time and decided to finally remove the requirement to submit a certificate of violations. The certificate of violations is an annual submission listing a driver's traffic violation convictions. It was found to be redundant since motor carriers are already required to make an annual MVR inquiry, which contains all the driver's violations already. So that's good news, right? You no longer need to make a violation walk of shame. Your MVR already does that for you. Bad news, your violations are typically kept for 3 to 10 years. 3 to 10 years. Seriously, stop getting violations. Okay, moving on, let's talk about all of you companies out there getting violations. I have 2 things to say to you guys. 1, you probably noticed that fine amounts are increasing. And 2, give us a call, you goofballs. We can actually help your company get back on track. So, about the fine increase, the prices of fines increase every year to keep up with inflation, which means that this year's fines have increased by roughly 1.06%. This year's increase is based on 2020 and 2021 changes, so expect next year's to go even higher. Honestly, you really shouldn't even be dealing with these fines. It is an unnecessary cost to your company, detrimental to your business, and the effects trickle all the way down to even affecting your insurance. If this is a concern for you, give us a call. My coworkers here at CNS can help you before the fines find you. Yeah. No, I know. But okay, I'll let them know. I love you too. Okay, that was weird. So that was my boss, the big cheese, the big enchilada, the big kahuna, the head honcho, the top dog, the big shot. Anyways, he just told me that some of you are in deep chicken. DOT auditors keep telling us that the most common violations seen right now are people not being part of a drug and alcohol testing program or that they're not registered or using the CDL Clearinghouse. What the heck, guys? We really should have this clear by now, but we know it can be hard to tell the difference between the two. Like that time you confused the look from your wife to mean, go up on stage and slap the crap out of that guy for making fun of me. Whoops. Well, let's clear that up so it doesn't happen again. A DOT Consortium is a DOT drug and alcohol testing program. It is required for companies with any employee operating a commercial motor vehicle that requires a CDL in intrastate or interstate commerce. Most companies hire a third-party consortium, like CNS, to manage all their drug and alcohol testing. On the other hand, the FMCSA Clearinghouse is totally separate. It is simply an online database where CDL driver drug and alcohol violations are stored. Carriers and CDL drivers are required to register. There are more details on the differences and the requirements for each in the full article, but just make sure you start registering new hires and pulling a 3-year history. It's not too hard, but letting this slip through the cracks is a one-way ticket to Fine Town. And don't forget what we just covered a minute ago. Those fines are increasing. So let's see what the informant has to say about it.
After 6 years in the industry, you know what I realized? Ignorance is a DOT violation. A big fine, increased insurance premiums, and a chance of a DOT audit. If you get me in front of a camera, I'll tell you what you want to know.
The secret's to landing the best load.
I told you, I don't have those. But I know the path to get it there.
Now, what you've all been waiting for, finding true love. Some people say finding true love is hard, but those people are clearly using Tinder and obviously haven't tried finding an insurance agent. You think love is hard? Try finding an agent that doesn't give you bad coverage and high rates. No. Now, insurance agents might not be creepily scrolling through your Facebook like you did when you were stalking your latest match, but they may as well have since they look at something even more personal. That's right, your internet search history. No, I'm just joking, but that's something to think about though. Actually, they're looking at your CAB report. CAB stands for Central Analysis Bureau. It is a private company that gathers DOT inspections and violations from various sources and then enters the information into a database. The whole point of the CAB report is to provide up-to-date information regarding a carrier's finances, safety, and your entire operation. So just to be clear, Progressive doesn't want a bad boy that brags about barely surviving an accident. They want a safe bet that has never been in an accident to begin with. Those are the ones that get invited up for coffee. Are we on the same page? Good. So before you make your move, there are some steps you can take to help your chances. Number 1, be honest. They always know the truth. Trust me, and they won't tell you. They like to watch you dig yourself into a deeper hole. Number 2, document everything. Accidents, violations, maintenance issues, document it all. The more you can show to prove that you aren't a lowlife that gets into hit and runs, has a rap sheet, and struggles with day-to-day life, the better. Nobody wants to date that person, and insurance agents definitely don't want to write your insurance. 3, make sure to update all your carrier information long before your insurance renewal. If you were back on the market, you wouldn't leave your relationship status as complicated, would you? Exactly. Number 4, establish a culture of safety to reduce violations. Underwriters dig deep into inspection data, so constantly practicing safety is the best approach. Don't be the person that fixes everything with duct tape. Do it right from the start. Lastly, be sure to download our new insurance broker dating app. You can find it at I'mJustJoking.com, you big goof. But anyways, you can check out more about CAB reports in the link below. For all you folks out there hopping from state to state for CDL testing, listen up. The FMCSA has withdrawn the rule that allows drivers to take different portions of their CDL tests in different states. We have our own Jolyn Graham, Vice President of Operations at CNS Driver Training Center, to fill you in. Take it away, Jolyn.
Hi, I'm Jolyn, Vice President of Operations for the Driver Training Center. So we see a lot of different people coming in from out of state. There are people that already took the training and coming in just to do the test. There's some people that took the test and, didn't pass for some reason, and then they come to us to, give it another shot. There's a lot of people that will come out of state to take the entire training program and testing. We see that especially in our Hot Shot program. There's not a lot of people out there doing specifically Hot Shot. Everybody goes for the full Class A, air brakes, fifth wheel. If you're doing it out of state, most times you're gonna need your own setup, your pickup truck, your trailer, to take that test. And so with us having our own setup, people are attracted to that and they will make the drive or the flight out to us to, take the test and training.
Our occupational medicine division is talking about biometric screenings. I know, everyone wants to eat fried chicken all day. Why wouldn't you? It's delicious. But it's not good for you. All that greasy chicken is coating your arteries, and not in a comforting way. It's more in a slow, devious, sneak up behind you, scare the crap out of you with a heart attack, and make you regret your bad food choices kind of way. So as an employer, it is important to consider having your employees do biometric screenings on a regular basis. Here's the skinny. Basically, it's just a blood test to measure cholesterol and glucose, as well as a few other measurements to calculate your BMI. Though simple, these tests are very important in determining potential risks of heart attacks and strokes. And everyone knows having a heart attack on the job isn't good for business. We help many of our clients with biometric screenings that get their employees into better lifestyle habits so they stay alive and productive. Being alive is pretty important to being productive, right? So, step 1, let go of that greasy bucket of fried chicken and pick up a skinless chicken breast, the white meat. It's what the heart really wants. What does the investigator have to say about it? None of us really know, but here he is.
Tell me, do you believe in the existence of extraterrestrials? Or do you believe in conventional wisdom? When it comes to government rules, regulations, and the secrets of carrier compliance, few know where to venture for guidance. But when convention and science offer us no answers, might we not finally turn to the fantastic as a plausibility? Join me as I investigate the supernatural and pursue the answers to the bigger questions in life.
The last thing we want to cover are some quick tips for all you business owners out there. What is the most important thing for carriers and owner-operators? That's right, growth. So here are some best practices to keep your business running smoothly. Number 1, take time to reflect on your processes. Are things broken? Are there better ways to do things? Number 2, be honest with yourself. What are you bad at? What do you hate doing? What do you keep forgetting to do? Number 3, ask questions. Question the way you do things. Ultimately, there's always a better or easier way to get something done. Number 4, research and learn. There's an endless amount of information at your fingertips. Find a good resource and use it to your advantage. Number 5, don't be afraid to ask for help. There's no shame in hiring a consultant if it will get you back on the right track. And that'll do it for this month's newsletter. Thank you again for tuning in. Remember, links to all of the articles are in the description below, which have a lot more information for you. Also, be sure to keep an eye out for more podcast promos and voting. In 6 months, when we're your favorite podcast, remember that one of those whack jobs will be talking to you every day on your way to work. So it might as well be someone that you like. Texas Matt, out.